This is what we'll do with Blaxploit,
All
Kate.
right.
Today is going to be the first introduction in the Blaxploit's top black cartoon shows ever.
I like it. I like it.
Top
It's
black
different.
cartoon shows of all time, baby. And here on Blaxploit, I have to bring you the first one that has meant a lot to me as a young kid. And this was my first introduction into the shows that kind of talked about situations that were familiar to me as a kid. And today's first introduction is none other than the show Fat Albert. Fat Albert and the Cosby Kids, or simply known as Fat Albert. This was an American educational animated television series created, produced, and hosted in live action and bookends by comedian Bill Cosby, who lent his voice to a number of the characters, including Fat Albert himself. Filmation was the production company for the series. The show premiered in 1972. And like I mentioned before, I caught on as a kid after the show was over because the show aired until 1985, which was the year I was born. But I didn't catch the show until after with the reruns and all that good stuff. New episodes were produced sporadically during this time frame, and the show was based on Cosby's remembrances of his childhood gang, focused on Fat Albert, known for his catchphrase "hey hey hey," and his friends. The show features an educational lesson in each episode, emphasized by Cosby's live action segments. In addition, at the end of the early episodes, the gang typically joins in their North Philadelphia junkyard to play a song on their cobbled together instruments, summarizing the show's lessons. The New York Times noted that the show enjoyed enormous success throughout its run. The show's success led Cosby to create another animated show, Little Bill, which I was loosely watching here and there. Wasn't like Fat Albert, but still good, in the late 90s. And Little Bill was intentionally designed to be visually different from Fat Albert while retaining similar educational lessons and roots in Cosby's childhood experiences. The show, okay, like Cosby voiced a bunch of the characters, also came up with most of the concept, created by and developed by himself, and had strong 8 seasons totaling 110 episodes plus 5 specials. And I gotta say, I loved everything about it. You had Mushmouth, you had Dumb Donald, you had Fat Albert himself, you had Russell Cosby, old weird Harold Simmons. You know, just and what's cool about this was that this was paying homage to the people he came up with in cartoon form, and probably exaggerated a little bit, of course. But it was a fun watch, and every single show. I don't know. Have you ever watched an episode of
I have